Hello, my friends. Welcome back to Chatcraft English. I'm Sophie, and I'm really glad you're here with me today. If you're someone who wants to speak English more naturally, understand native speakers with confidence, and enjoy conversations without feeling lost, you're in the right place. I know learning a language isn't always easy. There are days when you feel like you're improving, and other days when everything feels confusing. You might understand English perfectly when reading it, but when someone speaks quickly, everything sounds like one big blur. Have you ever watched a movie, a YouTube video, or listened to a podcast and thought, wait a second, what did they just say? You probably know many of the words, but when they're spoken fast, your brain just can't keep up. And that can feel frustrating, I know. But trust me, this is something almost every English learner experiences at some point. The good news is you can train your ears and your brain to understand natural English. Not the slow, clear English from your textbook, but the real English you hear in daily life. The kind people use on the street at work or when chatting with friends. It may seem fast and messy at first, but with the right techniques and a little practice every day, you can understand it more easily and start feeling truly comfortable. So today, we're going to work on that skill together. We'll look at why native English sounds so fast. What's really happening when people speak quickly? And most importantly, how you can practice every day to improve your listening. You'll learn how to notice patterns, rhythm, and speech connections. And little by little, you'll feel less nervous, more focused, and much more confident. So grab your notebook, get comfortable, and let's begin. Let's start by asking a very simple question. Why does native English sound so fast, even when you already know many of the words? The answer is not just speed. It's about how native speakers say things. When people speak their own language, they don't separate each word clearly. They don't stop and think before every sentence. They speak in a flow. They connect words, reduce sounds, and use rhythm. To native speakers, it feels natural, but to learners, it can sound like one long, noisy sentence with no spaces. For example, imagine someone says, "What are you doing?" In school, you learn it word by word. What are you doing? But in real life, someone might say, "What you doing?" That's a big change, right? And it happens all the time. Let's take another one. The phrase "I am going to eat" becomes "I'm gonna eat." Instead of hearing 4 words, you hear just 2 or 3 blended together. At first, your brain says, "Wait, what was that? I didn't learn that in class." But here's the key, it's still English. You already know these words, you just need to hear them differently. When native speakers talk quickly, they follow a kind of rhythm. They put more stress on some words and soften others. For example, I didn't say he stole the money. If I say it like this, I didn't say he stole the money. It means someone else did. But if I say I didn't say he stole the money, it means someone else might have. The words didn't change, but the stress changed the meaning. So to understand fast English, you don't just need to hear the words. You also need to feel the rhythm and the tone. This brings us to an important idea in real English connected speech. Connected speech is when words are joined together in natural everyday conversation. You don't hear each word perfectly. You hear them connected. Let me give you an example. Slow textbook style. Do you want to eat something? Now let's make it natural. Do you want to eat something? Can you hear how the words change? Do you want to becomes wanna? Let's do one more. Could you help me out? In fast English, could you help me out? And another, let me know when you're ready, becomes let me know when you're ready. These changes may seem small, but they happen all the time in spoken English. If you only study English through reading, your ears won't be ready for these sounds. But once you practice listening and repeating, you'll get used to them. That's why we use a method called shadowing. Shadowing means you listen to a sentence and repeat it right after. You try to copy the rhythm, the speed, and the tone as closely as possible. Let's try it together. First slow, did you eat already? Now naturally, did ya eat already? Try saying it after me. Ready, did ya eat already? Good. Now another one. Slow. What are you going to do? Fast, what you gonna do? Say it with me. What you gonna do? Now say it again. Try to match the sound. Even if you don't say it perfectly, that's okay. What matters is that you're training your ears and your mouth to follow natural English patterns. Now that you're starting to recognize connected speech and rhythm, let's talk about something that will make your practice even more effective: repetition with awareness. Many learners repeat English sentences without really listening. But what if you focus on how the words sound where the stress goes, and how the speaker's voice rises and falls? That's when your practice becomes powerful. Let me show you how it works. Take this sentence I should have told you earlier. In written English, it looks simple. But in spoken English, native speakers say, I should have told you earlier. Sometimes they make it even faster. Should have told you earlier. It's short, quick, and full of blended sounds. Now listen and repeat after me. Slow, I should have told you earlier. Faster, I should have told you earlier. Even faster, should have told you earlier. Can you hear how the sound changes each time your goal is not to memorize the fast version? Your goal is to become familiar with these patterns so you don't feel surprised when you hear them. Let's try another one. We've got to go now. Sounds like we gotta go now. Repeat after me. We gotta go now. One more. Let me help you with that. Becomes, let me help you with that. Again, not slang, just normal everyday English. If you listen for these shortcuts and practice repeating them, you'll start understanding more in real conversations. You'll also start sounding more natural when you speak. Now let's add another powerful technique to your toolbox. This one is called the 1-minute rewind. Here's how it works. Choose a short video clip, no more than 1 minute long. Pick something with native speakers, like a vlog interview or movie scene. Listen once without subtitles. Don't try to catch every word. Just relax and focus on the general idea. Then rewind and listen again, this time with subtitles on. Pause after each sentence and repeat what you hear out loud. Try to match the speaker's rhythm and emotion. Finally, play the clip one more time with no subtitles and see how much you understand now. This exercise might seem simple, but it works wonders. You're not just hearing the words, you're training your brain to process natural English in real time. Let's do a mini version of this now. I'll say a sentence naturally, So I missed my train this morning because I forgot to set my alarm. Did you catch that? Now repeat it slowly with me. So I missed my train this morning because I forgot to set my alarm. Say it again a little faster. So I missed my train this morning because I forgot to set my alarm. Great job. Just like that, you're building the skill of listening, repeating, and connecting meaning to speech. Another practice method that works really well, especially if you enjoy writing, is dictation. Don't worry, this isn't like a school test. It's a fun way to sharpen your ears. Here's what you do. Choose a short audio clip, maybe 20-30 seconds long. Play it once and try to write down what you hear. Then play it again and fill in any words you missed. After 2 or 3 listens, check your version with the subtitles or transcript. Notice where you made mistakes. Were the words connected? Was there a sound you didn't expect? Let's try a quick example now. I'll say a short sentence. Listen carefully and try to write it down. He might have said something, but I didn't hear him. Again, he might have said something, but I didn't hear him. How much did you catch? Most native speakers won't say he might have said something. They say he might have said something. Did you hear how the have became the? These small contractions and reductions are everywhere in natural English. The more you hear them and try writing them down, the better your brain gets at recognizing them. Let's now talk about chunking, a strategy that helps you understand groups of words instead of individual words. When you're fluent in your native language, you don't hear each word on its own. You hear phrases or chunks. For example, when someone says, "What do you want to do tonight?" A native speaker doesn't think what do you want to do tonight. They hear something like, "What do you want to do tonight?" It's 1 unit, not 7 pieces. To improve your listening, try to hear chunks like these. How are you doing instead of how are you doing? I gotta go instead of I have got to go. What did you think instead of what did you think? Repeat these chunks many times. The goal is to help your brain stop translating and start recognizing meaning from sound. Let's practice some together. Repeat after me. I don't know what he said. She's gonna be late. We've been waiting for hours. Again, a little faster. I don't know what he said. She's gonna be late. We've been waiting for hours. Great job. When you can hear these chunks clearly, your listening will improve much faster. Before we end this part, let's do a short imagination exercise. This helps you follow natural English using pictures in your mind. Close your eyes and listen. He grabbed his bag, ran out the door, and jumped into the car without saying a word. Now try to see that moment in your mind like a short scene in a movie. What color was the bag? Was he late? What time of day was it? This kind of visual thinking helps your brain process English faster without needing to translate. You're not just hearing words, you're experiencing them. That's exactly how native speakers understand language. Now that you're practicing shadowing, repeating natural chunks, and even imagining scenes while you listen, it's time to talk about intonation and emotion in English. When we speak, we don't just say words. We express feelings, thoughts, and reactions through how we say them. This is called intonation. and it can completely change the meaning of a sentence. Let me show you. Take this simple sentence you're going. Say it with surprise. You're going like, really, I didn't expect that. Say it with disappointment. You're going like, oh, I wish you could stay. Say it with anger. You're going like, how could you leave now? Same words, completely different feeling. That's the power of intonation. And if you don't use it or don't understand it, you can miss the whole meaning of what someone is saying. Let's practice some examples together. I'll say a sentence in different ways, and you try to hear the emotion. Then repeat it after me. First one, I can't believe it. Surprised, I can't believe it. Sad, I can't believe it. Excited, I can't believe it. Repeat each version now. Feel the difference in your voice. Good. This is not just pronunciation practice, it's emotional practice. You see, when you speak with natural rhythm and feeling, people will understand you more easily. You'll sound more confident and connected. Let's try a few more. It's okay. Soft and comforting. It's okay. Annoyed. It's okay. With a sigh. Sarcastic. It's okay. Like you actually mean it's not okay. Now you try. Say it's okay. With kindness, with frustration, with sarcasm. This kind of emotional practice is often skipped in English lessons, but it's so important, especially if you want to sound natural. Now let's talk about a skill that many learners struggle with: responding quickly in real conversations. It's not easy. Someone asks a question and your brain freezes. You know what you want to say, but the words don't come fast enough. That's okay. It happens to everyone. But you can train your brain to respond faster using response patterns, short phrases that are used all the time in real life. For example, if someone gives you good news, you can say, "No way, that's amazing." "Are you serious?" "Wow, I'm so happy for you." Repeat them now with me. "No way, that's amazing." "Are you serious? I'm so happy for you." You don't need to invent a new sentence every time. These short responses sound natural and keep the conversation moving. Let's do a quick role play. Imagine I say I finally got the job. What would you say? Pause and answer out loud. Maybe congratulations, that's awesome, or you totally deserve it. Perfect. These ready-to-use phrases are like tools you carry in your pocket. The more you practice them, the faster you can speak without overthinking. Let's do one more. Imagine I say I lost my wallet today. What could you say? Maybe. "Oh no, that's terrible." Or, "Do you need help?" Say those now with me. "Oh no, that's terrible. Do you need help?" Keep building these patterns. They'll save you when you're nervous or in a fast conversation. Let's now shift to something even deeper thinking in English. You might be wondering, how do I stop translating in my head? The answer is start small. Start with simple inner thoughts. When you wake up in the morning, instead of thinking "toi fi de roi" and then translating to English, try thinking directly in English. I have to get up now. Look around your room. Try to describe what you see in English. The window is open. My phone is on the table. I feel tired today. These are short, real thoughts. And the more often you do this, the more your brain becomes used to English. Let's do a little practice now. Imagine you're walking to school or work. What could you say to yourself? It's too hot today. I hope I'm not late. I need to buy coffee. Repeat those with me. It's too hot today. I hope I'm not late. I need to buy coffee. Good job. Now try to add emotion. Say it the way you feel it. It's too hot today. Frustrated, I hope I'm not late. Worried, I need to buy coffee. Tired? Excellent. This is what makes language real. It's not just grammar, it's life. Before we finish this part, let's do one final listening and speaking exercise. I'll tell you a short story. Listen carefully and picture it in your mind. Then I'll ask you to repeat some of the sentences with me. Here we go. It was Monday morning. Sarah woke up late again. She rushed to get dressed, grabbed a piece of toast, and ran out the door. When she reached the bus stop, the bus had just left. Now repeat some parts after me. Sarah woke up late again. She rushed to get dressed. She grabbed a piece of toast. The bus had just left. Say each sentence out loud. Don't worry about being perfect. Just focus on the rhythm, the stress, and the feeling. One more time faster. Sarah woke up late again. She rushed to get dressed. She grabbed a piece of toast. The bus had just left. Well done. This kind of story shadowing helps you listen, imagine, and repeat in real-world rhythm. It also helps you remember phrases and sentence structure naturally. Let's keep going. By now, you're practicing shadowing using emotion and building common responses. You're even beginning to think in English during your day. That's powerful progress. But there's something else you need to learn to speak English confidently, how to stay calm and keep going when you don't know a word. This is one of the biggest reasons people stop talking. They get stuck. They forget a word. They feel embarrassed. And the conversation ends. But guess what? Even native speakers forget words sometimes. What matters is how you handle the moment. Let me teach you a few simple phrases that help you keep the conversation going, even when you're not sure what to say. Imagine someone asks you a question, but you need a second to think. You can say, "Let me see." That's a good question. I'm not sure how to say it, but repeat those with me. Let me see. That's a good question. I'm not sure how to say it, but these phrases give you time to think. They sound natural. And most importantly, they show that you are still in the conversation. Now, what if you don't know a specific word? You can describe the word. This is called paraphrasing. Let's say you forget the word garage. You might say it's the place where we keep the car. If you forget the word microwave, you can say, it's the thing we use to heat food quickly. This skill is so useful, especially for B1 and B2 learners. You don't need to know every word. You just need to keep talking. Let's practice now. You forget the word for umbrella. What can you say? Maybe it's the thing you use when it rains. You hold it over your head. Good. You just explained a word without knowing it. That's great communication. Now, let's shift to another important skill, expressing your opinion. In real life, people don't just give facts. They say what they think, what they feel, what they like or dislike. So you need simple, confident ways to share your opinion in English. Here are some useful phrases. I think, in my opinion, to be honest. Personally, I feel. Repeat these now, I think. In my opinion, to be honest. Personally, I feel. Let's add some examples. I think this movie is really interesting. In my opinion, English is easier when you practice daily. To be honest, I didn't like the food. Personally, I feel more confident when I speak slowly. Say each one with me now. Excellent. Keep using these every day. Even small opinions help you sound fluent and natural. Now, let's do something fun and useful. A mini dialogue. I'll read both parts of a short conversation. Then we'll break it down and practice it together. Imagine this is happening in real life. You're at work. A colleague walks by. Let's listen. A, hey, how's your day going? B, not bad, just a little tired. U, a same here, can't wait for the weekend. B, yeah, me too, just need some rest. Now repeat each line with me. Hey, how's your day going? Not bad, just a little tired. You? Same here. Can't wait for the weekend. Yeah, me too. Just need some rest. This is real English. Simple, casual, friendly. Practice it again until it feels natural. Let's do another one. Imagine you're meeting someone new. A, hi, I'm Alex. Nice to meet you. B, hi, Alex, I'm Sam. Nice to meet you too. A, where are you from? B, I'm from Brazil. You, A, I'm from Canada. Now your turn. Hi, I'm Alex. Nice to meet you. Hi, Alex, I'm Sam. Nice to meet you too. Where are you from? I'm from Brazil. You, I'm from Canada. Very good. These conversations are the building blocks of fluency. When you shadow these over and over, you build confidence and speed without even noticing it. Now, let's do a real-life scenario practice with a little story. Picture it like a movie in your head. I'll tell the story, then you'll repeat key lines with me. Here we go. Emma is at a coffee shop. She sees someone she recognizes from work. She walks over, smiles, and says, now repeat. Hi, I think we work in the same building. The man smiles and replies, yes, I've seen you around. I'm David. You say, nice to meet you, David. I'm Emma. David asks, do you come here often? You say, yes, I like their coffee, and the Wi-Fi is good too. Repeat each line now. Speak it like you're really in the scene. Add the feeling, the smile, the connection. Let's try them again, more naturally. Hi, I think we work in the same building. Yes, I've seen you around. I'm David. Nice to meet you, David. I'm Emma. Do you come here often? Yes, I like their coffee. And the Wi-Fi is good too. Great work. Let's finish this part with a speaking reflection. I want you to answer this question out loud in your own words. How do you feel when you speak English now compared to before? Take a deep breath and say it. No need to be perfect. Just speak. Maybe you say, I feel more relaxed now. I can speak more quickly. I'm not afraid to make mistakes. Say it proudly, your voice matters. And remember this. Every time you practice like this, You are building your future voice in English. A voice that's clear, confident, and truly yours. Let's keep going, my friend. You're doing something amazing. You've been speaking, shadowing, thinking in English, step by step, building your voice. Now, let's bring everything together. At this stage, you need 3 things to keep improving: repetition, emotion, real practice. Let's start with repetition. You already know this, but it's worth saying again. The more you repeat, the more natural it becomes. It's not about learning more, it's about going deeper. Saying the same things again, but with more confidence, more ease. So let's repeat a few key expressions one more time slowly with emotion. Repeat after me. That's a good question. I'm not sure how to say it, but can you say that again? What do you mean by that? Let me think for a second. Say them again. This time like you're really using them in a real conversation. Very good. Now remember, emotion gives life to your English. Let's try saying some common expressions with different feelings. Say this one like you're excited. That sounds amazing. Now, say this one like you're surprised. Really, I didn't know that. Now, say this one like you're tired but friendly. Yeah, it's been a long day. Great. When you add emotion, you sound more human, more real, more like you. Let's do one more mini conversation this time in a travel situation. Imagine you're at the airport. You need help. You walk up to an airport staff member and say, "Excuse me, could you help me find gate 14C?" Repeat it with me. "Excuse me, could you help me find gate 14? The staff says, "Sure, go straight then turn left." Gate 14 is near the coffee shop. Now repeat "go straight then turn left." Gate 14 is near the coffee shop. You say "thank you so much." That's it. A simple real-life moment, but one that makes you feel confident, independent. Here's another one. You're checking into a hotel. The receptionist says, "Good evening. Do you have a reservation?" You say, "Yes, I booked a room under the name Lee." Now say it with me. "Yes, I booked a room under the name Lee." The receptionist says, "Great. May I see your passport, please?" You say, "Of course. Here you go." Nice. These are real conversations. The more you repeat them, the more automatic they become. Now, a final speaking challenge for you. I'll tell you a short story. Then I want you to retell it in your own words using the phrases you've learned. Here's the story. Tom is going to his first English class. He feels nervous. He doesn't know if he will understand anything. But he walks into the room and smiles. He says, "Hi, I'm Tom. Nice to meet you." Another student says, "Hey, Tom. Welcome. I was nervous too, but the class is great." Tom laughs. He feels better. He says, "I just want to improve my speaking." The other student says, "You will. Just speak as much as you can. Now it's your turn. Take a moment. Try to retell that story out loud. Don't worry about making mistakes. Just speak." Maybe you say something like, Tom is new in the English class. He feels nervous. But he says hi. Another student welcomes him. They talk. Tom feels better. He wants to speak more. That's excellent. That's how fluency grows. Not from being perfect, but from using what you know again and again. Let's finish with a few power sentences that will help you stay motivated every day. Repeat them with me. Every time I speak, I improve. It's okay to make mistakes. My English voice is getting stronger. I can learn anything step by step. I'm not afraid to speak. Say those again, with feeling, like you believe them. Because it's true. You've come so far already. You're not just learning English, you're becoming a better speaker, a more confident person, and a better communicator every single time you practice. Remember, fluency isn't about knowing every word. It's about being brave. It's about using the words you do know. It's about speaking even when you're unsure. And you are doing that. Before we finish, let's go back to one final shadowing exercise. I'll say a short natural conversation. Then you'll repeat it with me. Let's go. A "Hey, how did your weekend go?" B. "It was great. I visited my parents." A "Nice. Did you do anything fun?" B. "Yeah, we had a barbecue and played some board games." A. "Sounds like a good time." B. "It really was. I needed that break." Now repeat each line with me, slowly, clearly with feeling. Hey, how did your weekend go? It was great. I visited my parents. Nice. Did you do anything fun? Yeah, we had a barbecue and played some board games. Sounds like a good time. It really was. I needed that break. That's it. That's how you build English you can actually use. Thank you for joining me today. My name is Sophie, and here at Chatcraft English, I'm so proud of the work you've done. You've practiced real conversations, shadowed with emotion, and spoken your truth. That's not easy, but it's powerful. And you've done it. Keep going. Re-watch this video. Repeat as many times as you like. You are becoming the confident speaker you want to be. See you next time.